Minister, last week your government colleague, Fine Gael Minister Simon Harris, seemingly gave a subtle dig at your party's economic track record. He didn't name Fianna Fáil, but in the context of housing, he said it took many years to repair those deep scars from the economic crash and the economic mismanagement of this country. So did you take that as a shot at your party or anything?
No, I didn't. The truth is we've had 3 general elections since the financial crisis and the economic shock that happened in Ireland, which we are also deeply conscious of. And of course, it certainly took a number of years for Ireland to recover from that. But when you look back, the recovery actually was quite quick. And I think in those early days, the roadmap was laid out for the recovery of the Irish economy, and that roadmap was essentially followed, and I think it has proven to be successful. So we've had 3 general elections since. I think in the next general election, my party will be held accountable for our term in the current government, and certainly when it comes to the economy, we see today a new record high in the Labour Force survey, 2.64 million people at work, an overall employment rate of working age population of 74%, an increase of 88,000 jobs in the last year, public finances in good health. So when it comes to the economy and the public finances, I think the role that we have played in the term of this government is what will most influence people when they consider my party and economic issues in the next election.
We heard a report last week as well that there are some senior Fine Gael TDs who seem to want to kind of distinguish themselves from Fianna Fáil ahead of any kind of potential future election. Could you see something like that happening when it comes to actually voting, that the coalition might have a little bit of distance between some of the parties for voters to make up their mind more easily that way?
You know, it's always difficult to strike the right balance, because you have 3 distinctive parties in the coalition, all of whom right through the life of the government will want to have their own stamp on policy, on announcements, will want to get ahead of stories and initiate discussions and so on. And that's all normal, that's part of politics. But I think in the round, people judge a government by cohesion, by collective responsibility. They will judge the 3 parties by how well they have worked together, and there will be ample opportunity coming up to the next election for the 3 parties to set out their own distinctive stall by means of separate election manifestos, and that debate will go on for many weeks and months in the lead up to the next election. But for now, I think we've got some distance to run. I do believe the government will run until the spring of 2025. We have the forthcoming budget. I believe we will deliver a final budget in October of next year, and people will ultimately judge us by how well we've worked together and what we have delivered for the country over that period of time. But you will inevitably have tensions from time to time when you have 3 parties all trying to maintain a distinct identity in the lifetime of a working government. So it's challenging, but I think we're doing okay so far.
Minister, just one question.